So, good morning or good night, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to another album review of The Chill Dude on a Couch. I'm your host Hector, and today we're talking about the 11th album by the band Stray From The Path. They're a New York City hardcore band that has been around now for a while, and I really enjoyed some of their past albums. They released an album a few years ago that I don't remember if I actually heard that one, but they're coming back, and this album actually was a surprise release, like 3 days prior to Friday. Like people knew that it was gonna come out, but it had a single that they put out like a while ago. And that single, Kubrick Stare, I listened to it, and yeah, it's a great single, but there was no mention of it. Not even, when you go on the streaming, it doesn't say. So it dropped today, like this Friday, it dropped like surprise, like here we are. But it's kind of a bittersweet. On one hand, they just dropped a very ferocious record, 10 tracks, 29 minutes in length of fucking aggression and energy. But on the other hand, it is a bittersweet time as well, because they announced today, also with the album, that this is their last album, and this year they are putting the band to rest. So it's the end of Stray From The Path. And they said on the information they don't have no bad blood between them. It's after so many years of touring, they just want to go on top. So my question is, and that I will answer by the end of this review, did they go out on top? Let's discuss this record. So this record is called Clockworked, and like I said, it's 29 minutes. So it's a record that comes in, pummels you, and doesn't overstay its welcome. The first single is also the first track on the record, with Kubrick's There, and this is about what this song is about seeing bad shit on the news every day, but being like, hey, more bad shit is coming the next day, which is so true and so relatable, because you're watching something terrible on the news, and then the next day you watch something even more fucked up. So you're like, whatever. So a great track, and this is an album. They talk a lot about like different, they're angry. This is an angry record. They're talking about, politics. They're talking about everyday shit that happens. They're talking about fucked up celebrities. They're talking about like trying to conform in this world. They're talking about like not being content with your life. So everything is covered in these 10 tracks. And like lyrically, this band sometimes, it's very hardcore, but they also have like some new element or rapping elements to it. When they're doing like more rapping, especially on one song on this album, they remind me a lot of like a Rage Against the Machine in the delivery, like Tom De La Rocha did his things. And yeah, it's very mixed, because it's like very raw and in your face, and they got that hardcore element. So they're a fast-paced, aggressive band. So I'm gonna talk about my favorite tracks on the record. So let's talk about the two tracks that do have more of that rap element to them. One is Can't Help Myself, and the other one is Shocker. And Shocker is the one that really reminded me of like an old Rage Against the Machine song, especially in the delivery, and like the way they do the breakdowns is so great. Can't Help Myself, there's a lot of rap in that one. And on that one, the lead singer is looking inward. He's talking about addiction, and how addiction, sometimes you get caught in yourself and you can't break off that cycle of addiction. And I like the rap elements, but also has some great guitars and bass to it as well. The second track on this record is very political, and it's called Fuck Them All to Hell. And I was reading that they wanted to release this song previous to the election results, but you know what? With everything that's happened, it comes at the right place. And Fuck Them All to Hell is about that, about like fuck all these people that are trying to screw you, manipulate you in every way. And this week, this song spoke to me. I'm like, yes, fuck them all to hell. So yeah, that's a great track. And then you have a song called Clockwork, which features Landmarks, which is a band that I recently also talked to on the channel. That one is very upbeat, and it features the singer from Landmarks singing with Straight From The Path. So it's a very fun, energetic track. And also, I believe that this track has like a great chorus to it, which I really enjoy. The next track is called Can I Have Your Autograph? And this song is very interesting because I was doing some research, and parts of the lyrics, they're talking about like celebrities who don't have a problem with signing their name on bombs. I'm feeling quite disturbed.
I was just like, come off it, you daft apers.
Did he mention a name?
I didn't say a name. I do not quote me on that, but yeah, that song is great, and it's a great diss track. And the way when they're doing the song, there's a part where it says like tongue in cheek, like, "Can I get an autograph?" And celebrities sometimes can do some fucked up shit, and I think it's a great track. And having, this is their final album, and they have that diss track. This is what I love about this album. They're like, man, this is our last album. We don't give a fuck. We're going out swinging. And this track does that. One of my favorite tracks on the record. But it is not the hardest track on the record. There's a song called Bodies in the Dark, which features Poison the Well. And this is a very brutal track. It slaps pretty fucking hard. And when they go like, "Bodies in the Dark," I'm like, yeah. I'm like, fuck yeah. Like it got me pumped. And this song is like almost nearing more the end of the record. So it really picks up the pace and gets you in the mood. So I liked every track on this record. I thought this album goes hard from front to finish. And the only thing that I have to say, Straight From The Path, why? Why is it over? Can't you stay?
Over. Indeed, it is over.
Okay, it's over. I have to admit it. So Straight From The Path, even though you put out a very kick-ass record, it is indeed a bittersweet farewell, because you'll be missed. And this album just came out at exactly the right time. It hits all the sweet spot. So why is it that great? It's great lyrically, musically it's awesome, and also it's quite, it leaves an impression on you. These songs like stay with you. It has that replay value. And since this album came out this Friday, and it's that short, I got to listen to it 5 times to prepare. Thank God for short albums. And I even had the car test where I listened to this album in the car. I listened with headphones. I listened to it different occasions, and it passed every test. So that's why I'm saying Straight From The Path, Clockwork is a great fucking time. So if everything is fucked and you might complain about it, at least have this soundtrack like to the fucked upness that is this world, and at least you'll have fun while everything is crumbling. So I want to know from you, Couchers, what do you think of Straight from the Path Clockwork? Comment down below what are your favorite tracks from this album, and if you like the videos that I'm putting out, do not forget to subscribe and do not forget to give me a like. That helps me with the YouTube algorithm to get to more people like yourself. So until next time, Couchers, this is Hector, the Shield Dude on a Couch, and I'll see you all right here on the couch. Thank you and goodbye.